Hello, everyone. Today, I'm going to create a winding mountain road with ups and downs. This is a method you won't find online. It's a technique I've personally developed. Alright, let's get started. First, Alt-W key maximizes the display. Press G to open the grid. Next, we create a plane as terrain. First, set up the unit. This is centimeters. This is rice. Terrain is 500 times 500. Press the F4 key. This is the number of segments. For the number of segments, we enter 100 times 100. That's when our terrain comes out. We are gonna do some mountain. At this point, we can right mouse button. Conversion to variable product polygons. Selection point level. Check the box for soft selections. Let's click on it. We can give this attenuation value 100. Let's yank it up a bit. This way our mountain comes out. Okay, next we'll draw a path in the top view. Drawing a winding road. We select this spline. Check both of these. Enable the rendering pipeline. Select the cuboid. This place, let's make some changes. Change it to 10 by 10. Let's adjust the height of our road. It's about done. Next, we've noticed that all of these are right angles. Not very smooth, is it? We need to make it smoother. So, we select these points in the top view. Right-click and convert the points to Bezier. Now we can adjust its curvature. This way, the surface of our road becomes smoother. Next, we take this spline. Right-click and convert it to an editable polygon. Then, we select at the face level. Check the By Angle option for angle-based selection. Clicking can expand the selection. Select the faces along the edges as well. Then, delete to remove them. After deletion, we can select one of the edges. Alt plus a key to select this loop of edges. Then, press the R key shortcut. We proceed with scaling. First, we need to make sure we are in this mode. There are 3 modes in total. Select the first mode. Then, we scale along the Z-axis. The purpose of our scaling is to ensure that the road surface, even if there is a slope, it remains flat. Alright, let's exit the isolate display. At this point, we also need to duplicate another road surface. Ctrl plus V to duplicate the duplicated road surface. Alt plus Q to isolate display it. Now, where is the duplicated road surface? We are going to perform a Boolean operation with our terrain. First, we select this particular line. Press Alt plus A to select this loop of edges. Then, right-click and connect the 2 segments. Next, expand the edge. Expand it like this. Click OK. We select these 2 edges. Then, press Alt plus L to select the edges on both sides. Then, delete to remove them. This way, we have obtained a narrower road. Next, we choose the third mode. Box select. Hold down Shift, and drag downwards. Then, we select this face level. Select this face. Hold Ctrl plus Shift to duplicate. After duplicating, let's reverse the normals. 3D snapping. Snap to this point. We perform 3D snapping. Snap onto this face. First, let's adjust the 3D snapping settings. And also, the point level. Check all these boxes here. Now, we can snap to it. Then, Ctrl plus A to select all points. Right-click and weld. Now, we want to perform a Boolean operation with this and the terrain. We select the terrain. We click on this plus sign. Then, choose the third compound object. At this point, we use the super Boolean. First, we click on this. Pick it. After picking it, right-click and convert it to an editable polygon. At this point, we choose the 4th button. Delete to remove it. Now, we've created a hole in the terrain. We want to make this road surface and this hole perfectly match together. Now we can select both of these objects. Right-click and convert to editable mesh. It must be converted to an editable mesh. Now, we click on the plus sign, click on the third one. Click on this one, click on it. Now, we select this ground. Apply a space warp to it. We choose uniform scale for this road surface. We may notice that there is no response. Let's drag the road surface downwards, and we'll see that the ground. The terrain now aligns perfectly with the road surface. They are now seamlessly connected. We select this terrain. Right-click and collapse to a temporary object. Alright, we select these points. Drag up. We adjust it to a suitable height on the road surface. Let's move this road surface upward again. We can turn on 3D snapping to capture this place. At this time we can choose this terrain. Right mouse button to convert to editable polygon. We choose point level. We see TLI invert selection. We find the relax brush. Click on slack. Click on brush properties. Let's change the brush size to 200. Change it to 100. We change the brush strength to 10. Then go brush it. In this way we get a very smooth mesh. Our grid has also become very uniform. We will find our roads and ground are already perfect. Our roads and mountains are perfectly integrated. In this way, our road surface is completed. Next we can give him a material. Open our material library. Our road surface gives T a road map. Here we can click on the UVW map. Let me click on the UVW map. Then here we can give it a box. Then 10*10*10. Then our mountain. We also provide UVW map. We can give it 100*100*100. There is also a sticker for this mountain. Next we need to draw some markings for this road surface. Convert the right mouse button to an editable polygon. Convert the right mouse button to an editable polygon. Alt plus R selects a circle of lines. Ctrl Shift E key to add one line. At this point we right mouse click to create a graphic. Select linear. OK, we are Shift G. Show this line independently, select it and then press Shift G to return. We choose 3 levels. Then select this wire. We are gonna give it an outline. We click on the center point, then enter 0.5 here. This way we get the double line. We give it a rendering line. Tick both boxes, then give it 0.2 0.2. OK, we can give it a 0.1 also. At this point we can give him a yellow material. OK, so we have this pavement. Road so that we have markings on the roadway. We can select all. Found this spot not smooth. Let's smooth it out a bit. We can select all the points. Right mouse button to find smoothing. So we have a smooth line. Next we can give it a camera. Let it roam. Roaming along a path. We can choose again. This pavement. We are still choosing this line. Extract this line with the right mouse button. After we extract it we are gonna check off these 2 boxes. Lift this line up 1.5 meters. Put this down. Lift 1.5 meters in the Z-axis. OK, next, we've got a camera that's going to roam along the line. We start by clicking on the camera. Then click on Free Camera in the top view. Click. Let's press it. Rotate it to 90 degrees. We can right-click here. Rotate 45 degrees in this order. Next we have the motion panel. Select this camera. Let's click on it here at the location. We click on this button. There's a place called Path Constraints. We select it and click OK. We pick up the path. That's when we found out we are at the point where the camera has reached the path. We click follow. Then we can rotate 90 degrees. At this point we press C. It's the camera view. We drag the time slider. We'll see. This camera of ours follows that path. Okay, let's go back. You'll notice the camera is shaky, because this path of ours is not rounded. We can change it to smooth. Choose all of these points. Click the right mouse button to change to smooth. At this point we press C again. Our cameras will be much smoother. This is our mountain road. It's done. Thanks, guys.